Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today with an old-fashioned Fallout news update. Now I know it's not the most popular thing to talk positively about Fallout 76, but I gotta keep it real here, ladies and gentlemen. The latest update that Bethesda has posted for Fallout 76's Wastelanders looks pretty interesting, and now some of my hype may be up a little bit more because I am going to be testing Fallout 76's Wastelanders at PAX East, so I know I'll be getting my hands on it and I'll be able to deliver some impressions to you guys. Obviously, 76's Wastelanders as a whole sets out to address one of the biggest flaws between Fallout 4 and 76, which is the lack of role-playing and real choice in the universe, things that defined Fallout. But when it comes to Fallout 4, this latest update that we're going to be reading through today actually has one of its biggest flaws, in my opinion, being addressed. One that you guys have probably heard me mention time in, time out. So Fallout 4 has a pretty big focus on building. You can build out your own towns, you can bring settlers to them, you can build vendors, it's all that good stuff. And we saw that carry into 76 with the camp. Well, in Wastelanders, they're going to be expanding the camp in a way that I think may be pretty exciting to people. Now, we want to roll back the clock a little bit and think back to Matty critiques of Fallout 4. Not that one. One of the things I always said is that Fallout 4's settlement mode needed to make better use of its unique NPCs that you could bring into your towns, because what really made Fallout in a lot of ways was that each town, each city you visited throughout all of them had its own identity, and Fallout 4 felt very vague in that manner. You had Diamond City and you had Good Neighbor, and outside of that, everything else was left to you to really build up and fill with settlers, but there was nothing to give it a direct identity. In a sense, it encouraged your creativity because you wanted to make each town stand out, but quite frankly, the people didn't. So for example, if you got Sturgis at your sanctuary settlement, he didn't really bring any different pros or cons to the table. Or if you took Sheffield from the Diamond City market, he didn't do anything different from any other NPC, just minor differences. And what I always wanted was, for example, in Fallout 4, let's say somehow you get Desdemona from the Railroad faction to come into your town, and she is established as a unique settler. Have her have something that's offered to the town that's completely unique and no one else has available to give it a sense of identity. Whether it's building up a unique railroad base that now can house for new dynamic missions in the game world, stuff along those lines. We have no idea how expansive it'll be in Fallout 76, but now that you have a general idea of what I've wanted for a long while, let's read the write-up over on the Inside the Vault from Bethesda. Plenty of new faces are going to make their way into Appalachia when our Wastelanders update arrives. This includes factions, new human enemy groups, and a variety of characters you will encounter while you're out and about. It's also going to introduce you to allies, a special type of human NPC that will bring more life to your camp and offer activities for you to take part in every day. There are a variety of allies you will meet during your travels throughout the wasteland. Some of them can be recruited to take up residence in your camp through conversations or by proving yourselves in some way. Every ally has a different personality that you can explore by speaking with them, as well as completing the new daily quests they offer. There are certain allies who you can only meet by completing their unique introductory quests, like Beckett, a man trying to escape and atone for a troubled past. This initial task will begin a quest line that takes you deeper into the character's story as you aid them in their endeavors. After completing a named ally's story quest, they will begin offering daily quests that you can take part in to regularly pick up some additional XP and loot. When you convince an ally that your home base is the hottest hangout in Appalachia, you will unlock a camp object that's unique to that person. Build it to let them know that they can stick around and make themselves at home in your abode. For example, by recruiting Beckett, you'll be able to construct Beckett's Bar, where he will serve up drinks, lend an ear for conversations, or ask for a hand with something that he needs done. Additionally, the ally will offer an additional layer of security for your camp, and they will help defend against any enemies who may come knocking. Here's the kicker, and we'll get into a lot of this in a second. Only one of these objects can be present in your camp at any given time. You can swap it out with a different one whenever you'd like to spend time with another ally that you've recruited. There's nothing quite like returning home to a friendly face after an action-packed day of looting, shooting, and exploring. While an ally will not tag along as you traverse the wasteland, you can always expect them to be waiting for you at your camp, so long as their unique object is constructed. So kick off your shoes, get comfortable, and have a chat with your new roommate. The better you get to know them, the friendlier they will become toward you. Who knows, maybe your budding friendship will lead to a post-apocalyptic romance. So there are some snags here, right? They can't travel with you like a companion could in Fallout 4 or Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. That's a shame. They're stuck at your camp. You can only have one out at a time. But quite frankly, like I said, this addresses one of the biggest issues I had with Fallout 4. I really like how they're going to have a unique object, and now you're going to have someone who's going to produce alcohol for you in Fallout 76, which, given that there's a perk that allows you to revive allies using alcohol, that actually may be quite useful in a sense. But I just like that they're finally, after all these years and all this at least complaining by me personally, I don't know how many people share this sentiment, are giving purpose to people in your settlement. That's what it's all about, right? What's the point of recruiting, for example, Beckett or anyone else, if they're not going to offer you something that's going to uniquely benefit your settlement, what you're building? What's the point of having them there? And now we have the motivation of maybe getting to know them, which then leans into the writing. Is the writing going to be good? Is the character going to be interesting? Am I going to care? All that stuff is subjective. We can get to that when we're actually putting our hands on the expansion. But as it stands, on paper, it is addressing something I've asked for years. And I think fair is fair, right? Like, I've said this for a while. I would love for the settlement mode to improve in this way, to account for choices, to allow you to build relationships, and to have unique objects that you can build in your settlement through it. And they're doing that. So quite frankly, I give a tip of my cap, and I think this is something that I'm genuinely excited about. The daily quests can become repetitive. Let's not fool ourselves here, even dating back to Skyrim, which is one of the very best open world games ever. That game had repetitive dynamic questing. There's situations like that, and I don't think 76 is suddenly going to rewrite the script for dynamic questing, daily questing. So I'm not sitting here acting like it's going to change the game, but it does address that one flaw and give you extra motivation to dig into these allies and learn more about them and build a little bit more. It ties a little bit about what is great about Fallout into this system that doesn't feel very Fallout, and it's once again something that can give it a sense of identity and fit better into this universe. So that's all I've got to say on this. Like I said, a shorter Fallout news update today, and I'd love to hear from all of you in the comments down below. Are you excited for this upcoming Fallout 76 Wastelanders update? Are you going to PAX East and putting your hands on it? And do you think the allies are a game changer in a number of ways like I do? All of that, please leave down below and then some. I'll catch you guys next time. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Those links are in the description down below. Big thank you to all the patrons who continue to support me throughout the content variety. Next week is going to be awesome, by the way. I'm just going to say that now at the end of the video for all like 5 of you who stayed this late. Talk with all of you soon. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.